30 or just about that, and maybe a little over 30, but just young specifically. And not much detail, but even the way the news reported it, they were also waiting to have a little bit more information to furnish the public. And now I think that there is something that needs to be said for the environment and, of course, the psychological effects that this environment is placing on the mind of the young Nigerian. One, this naive. Two, not strong enough, not developed enough to shoulder the burden of being Nigerian. One, to handle all the issues that come with being Nigerian. And of course, I guess they also have the fear of failure and success. It's a little different. I mean, adults barely know how to handle failure. And in a world where even the adults are not handling failure properly, I think it would be too much of a stretch to expect the young people to be capable of handling strain, stress, and failure if those before them appear to either be lying, masking, imposing this whole notion of success upon a people who are struggling to fully comprehend what the definition is and how to be about it. Is really, really tragic, and I think we need to talk about that. And then in the news, for what our lives are worth, we probably do not understand the policy in its actual context, but maybe we can extend some rationality to attempt to understand what the federal government means when the federal government reports a ban for importing goods from overseas. So the news puts it this way: the federal government bans MDAs from importing goods Nigeria can produce. Well, I'm thinking that we are all aware there's not much we don't import around here. There's not much we do not import. Pencils, erasers, toothpick, what's the other? Just funny stuff. Blades, anything you can practically imagine comes into the country. I have also noted that I feel like the Nigerian market space, and maybe it's not everybody who's guilty of it. I think I've noticed it personally, that there are some people who sell goods and tag the goods luxury. And it's funny because the moment we establish a standard, many of the things that these people regard or term luxurious is not luxury. It is utterly pathetic how, even in the market space, one Nigerian is trying to exploit the other Nigerian. It's almost as though Nigerians don't know what luxury is. For someone to give you linen and tell you luxury, or for someone to give you, name it, and say, oh, this is a luxury good. It's like, and it's really embarrassing because if you've been around town, you see what standards are like. And what is standard somewhere else is luxury here. So we need to talk about this comprehension. Well, I think we need to talk about our comprehension of this particular report, where federal government bans procurement of foreign goods. I guess there is probably a good side to it. Maybe there is a bad side to it. We also have to look back and figure out what past or previous bans have earned us as a people. And after that, we need to continue our conversation from last week. The CIA documents reporting that there are alien bases around the world, and one of those bases is in Africa. They say they give a description. It's rather vague, but they give a description of these alien beings that they've had the opportunity to not just interface with, but maybe build a relationship with. And I thought to ask you whether you know what they're talking about. Yeah, have we seen them? Do we know them? Because if these bases are in Africa, most certainly these aliens are amongst us. We don't know what they look like. Maybe they even look human. But maybe there's something transcendent about them. Maybe there's something extraterrestrial about them, something superior about them. Or maybe our folklore can give us some understanding about it. So many messages from last week. We're continuing the conversation this week. And so given that time is what truly has to be properly measured, let's begin. My name's Joyce. Welcome to another day on radio with me on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We hold it to be worthy of note, and you on the sunny side. Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190, and on WhatsApp 08095975805. Nigerians in diaspora I sincerely do apologize. I can honestly admit that I feel your frustration whenever it comes to connecting with the studio. Please bear with me. I'll appreciate if you wrote me just until I'm able to fully comprehend how this whole thing works. I thought WhatsApp call should work, but it's not obvious to me that I fully get it and why it's not working, because it should. Now, one thing we can do is try again today. And if you're not able to connect to the studio, then I would just ask that you please write me a message, okay? All right. So now let's begin. Let's begin with this young Nigerian who has, and it's just really a tragic story to report to you. But psychologists urge action after Lagos students commit suicide. Wow. Okay, so what's the detail? So her name's Timileyin, reported to be from Abeokuta, Ogun State, living with her sibling. She took her life after she was said to have scored 190 in the just-released 2005 UTME results, which she believed was lower than her previous score from last year. Okay, good. So I think the first question we have to at least attempt to debate is, what should be the lifespan of a result? This thing where we write exams, you write the same exam every year because you lost, not because, so imagine someone scored 250 last year and they didn't get an admission. No, imagine someone got 200 last year. They didn't get an admission. The system requires them to write another exam. Wait, pardon me. The same exam again this year. And if you take all the factors into consideration, they may do better than they did last year, or they may do worse than they did last year. And I don't know whether it's possible to assume that even the system in itself has a way of maybe disadvantaging the student. That is a consideration. It may not be the actual case, but it's also worth looking at. And if we look at the story, it said that she was said to have scored 190 in the just released results, which she believed was lower than her previous score from last year. Many community members have expressed grief and blamed the examination body for the incident. I guess maybe some blame needs to be given to the examination body, and maybe another blame needs to be given to the system, right? Like not just the body, but maybe the Nigerian system. Okay, now psychotherapists are asking that things be taken a little bit more seriously. And I guess maybe what this means is it's not just empathy, but I think there needs to be an understanding of what it means for an environment to be conducive, for students to both be able to attempt to win and be capable of managing failure. But when we hear students are committing suicide, we're also hearing non-students commit suicide. There's been cases of people committing suicide every now and again, because it does quite appear that there is something that society is struggling with that is not quite obvious. It's almost like something is latent in the spirit of society that the Nigerian is struggling with, and people are trying not to kill themselves, and those who cannot do kill themselves. So let's talk on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I want to know what you have to say about this particular development, the young Nigerian student who has committed suicide, and whether the system needs to change in any sense to accommodate for winners and for losers. Let's talk. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. From Ota.
Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Sir, I heard that news yesterday about the girl that committed suicide because of jams. It was very, very pathetic and unacceptable of the girl committing suicide. Sister, job is causing wahala for our Nigerian students. So, night is when I was growing up. My uncle did not make the cut-off mark of UNN, and they had to give him second choice. Uniport. He's a graduate of economics. But I beat my chest like it's like there's nothing like a second choice again. And that I don't know what she could have faced for mouth wangling and wrangling of the people and the people surrounding her. So then we should review the result as I hear now, so that if we can scrap jam, let us scrap jam and let Nigeria students rest. Concerning the burden of importation of goods, Nigeria government should be...
I would appreciate it if you don't speak on that right now. That's our later conversation.
Okay. No, I will call back and speak on that one.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Joyce, good afternoon to you. I think what the Nigerian system is doing is equating self-esteem with social worth. And maybe that's even where the problem begins. Thank you so much, Sahid, for your message. I do appreciate. Now, that indeed is a psychological concern. If social evaluations, and I don't know what the barometers are these days. We can throw our guesses around, yeah, but it does quite appear that there are social barometers that qualify people as worthy, successful, and others not worthy, not so successful. Let's talk about your reaction regarding the death of this young Nigerian student. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon. Thank you so much for calling Nigeria Info.
My name is Robert. Joyce.
Thank you. Go ahead.
We lost a future generation in Nigeria. My condolences to our family. But do you know one thing? This jam of a thing, I am surprised why they write it every year. But WAEC result does not expire. You can still use WAEC result of 15 years to gain admission. The jam is every year. Why is it like that? It's a question we need to ask the authorities. It's supposed to be if you are not ready to go to school, there's somebody you can easily gain admission 2-3 years. Why they use 10 years? Just let's call Nigeria system.
Thank you for calling. I do appreciate. What should be the What should be the lifespan of these results? This thing where we put students through retaking and retaking jam. What should change? Hello.
Good afternoon, moderator.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Nigeria Info. What's your name?
I'm Nii from Safejo here.
Welcome, Nii. Thank you so much for being on the sunny side. Please go ahead.
Parents are no longer doing their duty again. Honestly. The children under parents should be taught to be able to manage problems. That is it. That student that lost his life today, that shouldn't have happened. The parents, the father and the mother, I think it's high time they begin to teach their children the way to manage problems. Yes, the parents. Let the parents do, let them start that one today, and there will be a change. How can a student, because you fail exam and you just wasted your life? It's a pity. Parents should wake up to their responsibilities. Right from when the child is 2-3, begin to tell them how to begin to teach them how to manage problems. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for calling me. I do appreciate Nigeria Info. You on the sunny side. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, Storm Raider. Trust you're doing great.
I am. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I want to take it a little bit further. Not just parents. It's the failure of the society. We now put so much pressure on these lads now. You expect too much of them. Our time, I knew how many times jammed us. You know, if I will use that language. But you had less of us committing suicide. You know, the system was never fair. You had to wait to the next year to enroll again, and God save you. You pass it, or else you go and do prelim or other courses to get into the uni. But fast forward to now, you know, the failure of society, you either make it or you are seen as a failure. You know, just like yesterday, we have a discussion about if education is a scam or not, because even with education, you know, you have it to do. But if there was enough employment, people would see reasons to, you know, strive through education and get something at the end of the day. It's so sad because I know, I kind of feel how she would have felt. Like, oh, what will I tell my friends? Maybe her friends are already in school. Then I remember our dad would say, why didn't you do well? Instead of using that calm voice, oh, okay, there's another time you can do better. But you find pressure from maybe our church members or wherever she belongs to. They're telling her that she's a failure, undermining other things that could have happened until you were lacerating the JAM score. We thought that it was the students that didn't do well. I found out my neighbor's daughter, the mother is a teacher. She went through the rigorous learning process. On the day of the exam, she couldn't write that exam. The mother was telling me how prepared her daughter was. So if maybe one way or the other she wasn't close to the daughter, or she didn't see life differently, maybe the same thing would have happened to her. Because let's leave it. Most of us are suicidal. It's only those who they catch and be thief. Are you with us?
Yeah, I am. I'm here.
So it's really broad because society will tell you if you don't make it. Do you understand? They say, look at your mates. They are doing well. Oh, they are married. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, the one who is married after 5 years has over 10 kids. You only have one. So we tend to pressurize this lad, and knowing very well they are not as strong as even the adults are as strong as that. You see, commit suicide. So I think it's a societal failure from the government, who's supposed to be the umpire to see things through. Joyce, don't be surprised. You start hearing news of this suicide because sometimes these news are underreported. If you get what I'm trying to say,
but
it's really, really sad. I have a belief that it's pressure. Oh, you feel, how will you feel? Then, now, there are no other things she could get involved with that will take her time. She just have to start reading. Maybe her friends are in school. She'll be at home thinking about, oh, my friend is in school now. Come and make a mockery of me. So it's bigger than just the parental interference in it. So you have a lovely day, Joe.
Thank you so much for calling, really. I do appreciate 99.3 Nigeria Info, you on the sunny side. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. It's good to have you here.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
My name is Sunday.
Welcome
I'm
to
calling you from here.
Fantastic.
This thing keeps occurring. There was maybe 3 years ago. This thing occurred. There was a child that committed suicide concerning the failure of this jam. Because maybe they are just wasting the time of students of nowadays. Maybe they should do it 3 years. After 3 years, maybe the jam will be expired. Before you go to university, admission that you got, it's not easy. After the writing of the entrance exam, there's a procedure that you say writing when you go to university or college before you are admitted. It's not something that is seen, and that is going. And the age is coming to your side. Look at it. I remember when I got to admission to Lagos State Polytechnic, they did not put me to the right channel. They have to put me to the what are they calling it? They call it this thing. This program that they were doing apart from re-admission. They did not put me to the two. Look at what is going on. Look at that, and the time is going. At the end of it, I did not school in that school. So how can the student will not commit suicide? He believed that last year he got 250, 300, and he was not admitted. What do you expect? To be thinking, they are human beings. I think that you should do something about it. This we have been calling this program. I have never heard something that will make my ear apart, rather than hearing something that will make us be thinking. And it's not good. How long are we going to do that? Look at our education sector. Look at the way they were doing. Look at the life of our students when they're writing jam. Most of them, we have not seen them up to now. Most of them were kidnapped. Is that the way they're supposed to? They should do something. They should need to. They are begging them. Nigeria is not to everyone of us. I believe Nigeria can survive and it can do this. That's why I just make Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate it. You're on the sunny side. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. It's so good to have you on Nigeria Info.
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon. This is Market Woman.
Great.
I want to ask a question. The Samuel not live where in the Bible? We read about him. Is he the one that teach his children to be misbehaving? Is he the one? Joy, answer me now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, somewhere in the Bible.
Yeah.
Did he misbehave?
What's your point?
Is he the one that taught his children to be misbehaving in the temple? So the way we know, if you just get locked, your children, everybody just they obey, do what you want. It does not mean the other people did do the same thing, no. It's because maybe the mercy of God or grace, that is why your children just obey everything. But for you to say, talk to your children how to, no, please. Even the time, I never begin to dare use to children. I used to blame parents very well. But when I now get it so that I know that some children just decide to take their way.
Do you think, pardon me, do you think that this girl who committed suicide should be blamed for committing suicide? Is that what you're saying?
No. Somebody was blaming the parents. They should teach them how to enjoy things. That's why I bring Samuel into the matter.
Okay.
That Samuel live well.
Okay, pardon me, please.
Read the Bible.
I want to go off on a break, okay? We'll be right back.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Facts or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them heading into school.
A lot of these young people are not employable.
Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun. Don't miss the vibe. Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
Stay one step ahead.
Hi, with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Only
On Nigeria Info.
quality talk. With info. Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
It's 1 o'clock. The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The Lagos State government has announced plans to create an industrial innovation zone to boost local production. Officials say the project aims to attract investors and improve business operations across the state. The initiative is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen Lagos's economy and create jobs, and the government has promised supportive policies to make doing business easier for entrepreneurs and manufacturers. Meanwhile, Vice President Kashim Shettima says Nigeria is now ripe for investment. He gave the assurance while hosting a delegation from the Islamic Development Bank at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Shettima said the government has cleared major hurdles that once discouraged investors and is now focused on boosting sectors like agriculture, health, education, and digital trade. The bank pledged continued support through its development programs. Away from that, the Nigerian Air Force has reaffirmed its readiness to defend the nation as it marks 61 years of service. Chief of Air Staff Hassan Abubakar made the pledge during frontline visits in Katsina, urging personnel to intensify operations against insurgents. The anniversary celebrations highlight NAF's air power and boost operational readiness. The new aircraft are expected to be inducted on Thursday as part of efforts to strengthen national security. JAM is set to review the 2025 UTME results on Thursday, following widespread complaints from candidates and parents. The board described the public reaction as unusual and is convening education leaders and tech experts in Abuja to investigate. Over 75% of the 1.9 million candidates scored below 200, sparking nationwide concern. The review panel aims to identify any issues in the exam process and recommend solutions to restore confidence in the nation's tertiary admissions system. On the foreign scene, the U.S. President Donald Trump has exchanged farewells with Saudi officials and boarded Air Force One for departure from Riyadh. The next stop on his 4-day Gulf tour is Qatar, whereas Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has rejected President Trump's accusation that Tehran causes regional instability, calling the claim deceptive. Araghchi instead blamed Israel for destabilizing the Middle East and accused U.S. sanctions of hindering Iran's development. During the diplomatic exchange, he said Trump ignores Israel's actions while wrongly portraying Iran as a threat. The war of words continues amid rising Middle East tensions. And that's all from our newsroom at this time. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Thank you for your time, Lagos, and stay here.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow.
Is The Sunny Side.
They better know it.
With Joyce.
Let's talk 99.3 Nigeria Info, The Sunny Side, and I'm taking your opinion on this very sad report of a young Nigerian student who has now just committed suicide. Telephone lines. Hello, Nigeria Info. You are listening to The Sunny Side. Good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Oh, pardon me, please. Must appear that I have Okay, here we go. Welcome to the sunny side. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. Remember, you must turn up the volume of your radio set.
Hello, Joyce.
Yes.
I never blamed the girl.
Oh, okay.
Because, yes, so I never did. Because we parents, we should be praying that the enemy should not come to our house and see what belongs to us. Because there are many things that speak to the mind. It's not everybody that can be able to take some things, even though if your parents bear it. I know what my mother bear when I was growing up. For me, I cannot bear it. I cannot. So these children nowadays, the way, they go out, meet with different people. So it might be lead to all those things that made this girl to do those. Not that the parents not teach them this, teach them that. No. Me, I begin to learn those things that children, they decide nowadays to have the mind of their own and what they want to do. No matter extent the parents have went to. Some want to listen to their friends. This one is very sad. It's the enemy that came that do this. Thank you.
Joyce, good afternoon. Okay, hold on, please. I crave your attention. Okay. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Welcome. Tell us your name. You can
Bukumi.
Go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Bukumi.
Okay.
Okay, you see, Joyce, I'm looking at it from two perspectives. There was a time you reported a particular incident before I voted last general election of a particular student, final year student, University of Lagos, who took his life because he failed the last his final year examination. He failed his examination. The fear of wanting to take the examination again, perhaps he was 25. I could remember that year I reported it on your show, but making to his life, University of Lagos. So this thing is beyond the particular exam. It's actually with the conditioning of the mind at a particular time, how you are able to manage your mind, the environment, and the people around you. The guy in context, the guy in discussion now is that the first time she did the examination, she scored more than what she scored now. The person the jam.
Yeah.
And then the people around her, how were they able to manage her? The first time she scored, was she put down? Was she criticized? Did they give her the necessary empathy? The necessary where we saw to be able to face the examination? Did they make her realize that, look, girl, you are not going to, your life is not determined by the examination? I could remember the story you told us about your academic background. When you told us you do not want to study in any Nigerian university, and you told the Bible, but you went out of Nigeria and you got your certificate. A friend of mine, 2016, she scored 276 in JAMB. 4 of the best Nigerian university did not want to pick her. 276, Joyce. Her father had to take her out of Nigeria, take her to India, where she studied combined honor in economics and psychology. Now she works in Canada. She told me recently that she remained still battling JAMB. She'll be scoring high marks and with post JAMB and everything. The money eventually pick her. She now works in Canada. She had combined honor in India, psychology and economics combined. So it's low. And then the state of how do you manage a young mind who failed the examination for the first time?
I think that you are also pardon me. I think you are also importing here a burden of duty on the part of the organizers of the examination. So let me even ask you a direct question. Yes. What's the year? What should be the lifespan of JAM at this point? Does it even make sense that students have to write this thing every year?
They are debating 5 years. When I heard that,
but what is your persuasion? What are you persuaded? Forget what they're debating. As a Nigerian, you also have a right to make a call on this. Should it be valid for 1 year, 5 years, eternally? Why make students write it twice, 3 times, 4 times?
Okay, I think their duty, Joyce, is to be on the safer side. Let's make it 3 years for any JAMB before any JAMB can expire. Make it 3 years. After 3 years, because normally the questions are supposed to be reviewed. The questions are supposed, and they are repeated once in a while. And then these questions are not necessarily O-level based questions. They are a little bit a notch above O-level. When you look at the timetable, they are a notch above O-level questions. I went through it before I eventually graduated. They are a notch above O-level. So to give me the function of questions that are about 100 level, 100 level university questions. They are not set like O-level where you have to go debate. These questions are a little bit advanced. So make it 3 years. review the question, and they're repeating. When they get repeated, and there's a way they reframe this that is beyond the first examination. So let's agree on 3 years for any first examination before it's expired. Joyce. You are doing a very good job. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much for calling. Really, I do appreciate. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Welcome if you have just tuned in. We're trying to attempt a rationalization of the death of a young Nigerian student. It doesn't make any kind of sense, but it does quite appear that some adjustments need to be made within society. So let's hear your view today on Radio's Worthy of Note. Thank you for being here on the sunny side. Nigeria Info. It's good to have you here.
Good afternoon, Sister Joyce.
Afternoon. Turn up the volume of your radio set to something you must do.
My name is
Turn up the volume of your radio set.
I have done that. My name is Princess from Ogun.
Okay, good to have you.
See, I want to differ from no matter how you train a child, the child wants to be bad, he will be bad. You see, parents have failed. Let us own up. Some parents have failed because by the time you train your child, no matter how it is, the child will behave. So many parents have failed. That is one. The secondly, just say me and you do jump. When we wanted to do jump, we studied. And by the time you study, you will pass. So this question of children of nowadays, parents have failed.
Yeah, but you're putting it simplistically by comparing you and I did jam. I hated it. From SS2, I started hating school. I hated the... I hated it. I despised the pattern. So I don't think it would be fair to say, well, you and I did jam. I hated it. If you loved it, I didn't like it.
I didn't like it, but I have to agree to pass it so that I can move forward.
Yeah, but we also have to admit that time and these times are not the same thing. And it's possible that there are pressures.
Exactly, yes, like this meeting for tomorrow to look at the jam. This again, are they going to remark it? Are they going to please the parents? Are they going to please the children?
Okay, let me ask you.
Everybody should adjust. The parents should adjust.
What should be their time span?
The jam should adjust.
That's not neither here nor there. Hold on. What should be the time span for a jam examination or result?
That is very, very good. That's a very pertinent question because, like what the caller said, that at least WAEC, you can use it to enter admission when you want to enter. At least if somebody can even meet the cutoff mark and he doesn't have money to go, so at least they say within 3 years. The result is still valid. It will be very, very okay, Sister Joyce.
Thank you for calling.
I'm happy hearing your voice today.
Thank you. I really appreciate you calling in, really. Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info. God help us, Joyce. Which parents? When some of them can't take care of themselves, it all starts from comparing your children, siblings, friends, spouse, colleagues, course mates, celebrities. Most of us are traumatized from childhood, and any spark over time can lead suicidal thoughts then. Thank you so much for writing me, though I do not have a name. Thank you. A number of WhatsApp messages that need me to run through them. Joy, societal pressure and so off by parents. Economy situation of lean purse and scarce of parents. What? Telephone lines. Hold on, 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Welcome to Worthy of Note.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Tell me your name, you can go ahead.
Yeah, one, on the issue of whether the result of JAMB should subsist at minor for several years. Look, let us not put soft landing for this. I did JAMB. I did it first time. If you are intelligent and you want to go to university, you should read and continue to read. If you read this year, you should be able to read next year because getting to university, study continues. I did JAMB the first time. I couldn't measure up. I did the second time. I measured up and get into the university. It has been the tradition, and people have been passing. So that one is out of the way.
No. Wait. Please hold on. Let's take that for a minute. Her score last year was greater than her score this year.
No. There's some problem with the software. The JAMB has accepted. They're working on it. They set up a committee to review it.
No, that's not what I'm not aiming at that. Her score last year is better than her score this year. Meaning that if things were maybe a little different last year, even if she didn't get admission last year for any reason, the results could still be applicable this year. But her score last year being greater than her score this year is really why this is even a conversation, partly. Plus the fact that she must have been traumatized by her low score this year. Then she decided, well, there's no point in living and struggling with these people. Let me go. So what do you think should be the lifespan of the JAM result? Because now you have done this thing where you quickly say, I did it again, I did it 3 times, I didn't have suicidal thoughts, I'm not dead, I'm here. Well, that's you, and I'm happy for you. But here we're talking about someone who has died. Do you think it's sensible to consider all the factors that could have led to that?
No, for me, personal opinion, every year they should do JAM and show that your brain should be sharp to get into the university.
You know it's not free, right? You know it's not free, right?
Yeah, of course, it's not.
So every year, parents.
Of course, we will look at what is happening on that part.
That's why you are here. So tell me, should parents pay for JAM every year?
Well, yes, of course. I believe they should.
Okay.
It's just a cost you pay to keep the brain of your although it's costly. It's costly if you have many. But I think it's a sacrifice what parents could make.
Is it possible that money could go into something? Is it possible?
You can buy data and buy a lot.
Is it possible? Is it possible that money could go into something else for the betterment of the child? Is this a narrow vision that we're struggling with? Because there are other things you can do to educate your child as against your child just getting stuck on retaking JAM.
Yeah, I mean, it could be done, but I'm saying my personal opinion.
Yeah, which we're scrutinizing. I don't have a problem with your personal opinion, but we have to subject it to scrutiny. Thank you for calling. Thank you. Thank you for calling. The sunny side. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? 16 minutes past 1 p.m. Sorry, I lost you. Hopefully able to make it back. Good afternoon to you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon. Yeah. See, this education matters that is going on now. I'm so sorry for that soul.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Oh, my name is Sunday. Sorry, I'm calling from Barika.
Good to have you.
Yeah. See, these days, no matter how difficult is a examination or this thing setting, a child that is spending time to read must surely pass. But when a child is not serious in reading, like you are, you know what you did before you come to this post that you are today.
It's not fair to compare me to these people. It's really not fair.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, what I'm just trying to say, I'm not comparing you.
You're not.
But I'm talking about seriousness in reading. You understand what I mean? I'm not as if I'm comparing you. But what it takes for a child to read and pass, I'm referring it to my own very self because my children, I'm not saying this to please anybody. I woke up 3 a.m. I saw them reading. I have to go and close all the books and I told them, relax your brain. In those days. But now you see a child that is like in the place that I'm living, the compound. They make noise 12:30, they are not reading. Coming out, boys and girls. Even at times I carry water and pour them. You do quiet. You in future. So they believe in this media, social media something. And when they go to the exam hall, something happens.
Yeah,
what do you
pardon me,
expect them to give out?
Pardon me, you may have a point, and that's the truth. But we're talking about a dead student. She's not even here.
Hello, come in again because I can't hear you.
Do you think the dead student loved social media so much that she was told to retake JAM and she didn't like her score or the way her face looked in the mirror and decided to commit suicide? Is that what we're talking about here? Because I can understand if you're talking about the students who don't take academics seriously, but here we're dealing with a student who's not even here any longer.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
you
that's the
see what I'm
conversation,
talking
not the
about.
ones who love social media enough that they don't care for what the outcomes are.
That is what I'm saying.
That's not what you're saying.
They shouldn't be provoked up to that extent because one does not pass exam. And then what about those who doesn't even read? Won't they become something? Won't they take care of their family? But I'm just saying because it is sad to hear this. It wasn't like this in those days. Women go to the farm and then they are still living till today. A child that God has blessed you, you have, gone up to that extent. Why not be patient? Why taking your life? Will that one bring her back to life? I'm so sad to hear this. I'm telling you.
All right.
It's a real lesson for the parents to sit tight with the children and tell them, even when you see them not doing the right thing, punish them. Let them have that fear because they'll be telling you, oh, your time has gone, old school. And then what happened at the end of the day? Thank you. That's my own take.
99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side is 20 minutes past 1 p.m. We'll have some information we want to share with you, and then the conversation will continue for a few minutes. And then I guess the federal government has given us something to wonder about. We'll be right back.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
Lagos, it's time to turn up. The Drinks Fest Lagos is here to set your vibes on fire. 2 incredible days, May the 30th and May the 31st, 2025 at the Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. The Drinks Showcase is happening live. A celebration of drinks, Lagos culture, beautiful people, and good vibes is waiting for you. Get ready for a drink showcase like no other. Live entertainment, music, and festive vibes will be on show. Plus, you get to meet the masters behind your favorite sips. What's a drink showcase without the best entertainment? Get ready to be entertained by DJ Neptune, DJ KY, Sultanate Sounds, DJ Bone Marrow, DJ Beast, OKB Caucus Characters, Tribe 1 performers, and it will be hosted by the Energy God himself, Dio to the TUN, alongside Melody Not MIA. Don't miss out on Lagos's hottest event to kick off 2025. Grab your crew and get your tickets at www.tix.africa. That is tix.africa. Drinks Fest is organized by Drinks Fest Lagos and Without a Box. Go get your tickets now at tix.africa. That is at tix.africa. Follow at Drinks Fest Lag on Instagram and X, and of course at Drinks Fest Lagos on TikTok and Facebook for all exciting updates. Drink and enjoy responsibly for those who are above the age of 18 only.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. We'd like to go through a few messages here. If you have just tuned in, it's so good to have you come in to the conversation. If you're able to leave me a message, I'll appreciate it. The sunny side will hold it to be worthy of note. This one says, I can't quite make sense of this one. Or can I? Okay, UTME should prioritize accessibility and the passion for these students or for this innocent Nigerian children to have access to schools of their choice over making profit. The education ministry should reform the system. What's stopping Nigeria to have 2 admission seasons in a year? Support students' well-being and parents' well-being as well. This is Taiwo. Thank you very much for your message. This is to let you know that there is, if you are having interference with our signals, we're working on it. I have no other additional words to simplify the explanation any further. Please believe me when I say we're working on it. Okay, so this one goes, we write jam before getting admission into higher institutions in Nigeria because we don't have enough schools. A country where students are more than the available schools, but number of churches are more than churchgoers. Churches are looking for members while students are looking for schools. The government should build more schools and scrap jam. Societal pressure and so off by parents, economy situation of lean purse and scarce resources of parents make it bad. My heart goes out to parents and siblings. Jam.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Mom's love is pure. It's so no she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fried cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra Oil helps Mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Fact or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them hadn't been to school.
A lot of these young people are not employable.
Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
All right, so we'll have to run through a number of messages here. We'll have other conversations in the flanks. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Okay, so this one goes, good afternoon. I thought UTME exams was for university admission. I don't understand. Student register and sit to gain admission same year or next. Some of these students got high scores before but no admission. Why? Is it that they failed post-UTME exams, reasons they don't get admission leading to sitting for another exam? I think we need to understand why they don't get admission with previous high scores. Every year comes with its challenges writing exams. We need to understand if they don't if they did post UTME exams with previous scores. All right, thank you. Yummy says, I think it's high time we change jam results duration. Once a time, ICANN professional examination was you fail one, you fail all, but it was later reviewed. You can write 2, 3 papers. You can write 2 papers or 3. I did A levels. It did not expire within a year. I did jam once. They canceled the results. We got to Ikoyi to check our results. It was withheld. I won't allow my children waste their time writing jam. Read very well and go for A-level examination. This is Yomi from Victoria Island. Thank you very much. Osas from Italy says, jam is unfair to the students. How can someone score 150 and still be unable to get into the university? 150 score is supposed to be the maximum score even in the Western world where I live. The white people don't read so much, but they still get into universities. Jam shouldn't be a block or a barrier between a student and a university. Otherwise, it would be scrapped because a student has a long time to go after jam. This is Osas. Thank you for your message. Ishala from Lagos Island. You see, this exam is not about what you read or wrote. During my exam days, 2002, I was in the same hall with my close friend. I write his neck exam for him. I wrote down all what I write down on my answer. Okay, so I think you mean you wrote the same thing on both papers. I wrote down all what I write down on my answer. She's even the objectives. I've gotten glasses now, and I still can't get it. Thank you for writing me. Okay, let's try this one. It's sad that the older generation in Nigeria believes in continuous suffering. We went through the same system. Comments like we went through the same system doesn't excuse the need to improve on our exam procedure. It's funny to assume that all students with low scores didn't study well. There were clear cases of system downtime during the exam. Is that supposed to be acceptable? Can we just do anything with a glitch in Nigeria? Can we just do, I think you meant, can we do something without a glitch in Nigeria? Thank you very much, Deji, for writing me. I do appreciate it. Okay, this one goes, my condolences to the family that lost their daughter because she couldn't make the jam cutoff mark. For me, I did jam should not have, I think jam should not have an expiry date attached to it. Time span for jam results, I don't buy it. Some universities have their own entrance examination. If you pass that exam, you gain admission into the school. More so, some universities also have pre-degree programs for a year. If you scale through and pass, you go direct into 100 level in the same school. JAM should be scrapped, please. I didn't use JAM to gain admission, just evidence that I wrote it and I took the university entrance examination and I passed. My take is it should be scrapped with NYSC. Thank you so much. This is Murphy. I do appreciate. So we can do a few more messages and we have to go to another conversation. Joy, sometimes parents can cause it. Parents' attitude towards failure can cause how their children will behave to same. Parents who usually complain about school fees or jam fees will make their children feel like a burden to them. So many thoughts will come to their minds when they fail. This sad event is a result of the environment that the child's in. Remember, humans make the environment. She definitely wasn't in an encouraging environment. Most Nigerian parents are hard on their kids when it comes to failure. Even friends make subtle jest of you when you fail at life. I hope most Nigerians can work on their emotional quotient. Emotional intelligence can really save us from a whole lot. And well done, you say. Thank you very much. This is good afternoon. I say my daughter will say, Mommy, you don't used to sick? Sorry, Mom. Try this one. Good afternoon, Joy. Students and everyone in general should understand that exam or jam is not a determinant factor of a successful life, neither is it the end of the world. Patience is key in every struggle in life, okay? We should be patient no matter what situation presents. If she had resulted to patience, she would probably be alive now. It's only those that are alive that have opportunities to try again. My condolences to the family. 3 years maximum to retake because the world we live in is dynamic. All right, telephone lines, the sunny side, worthy of note. Hello, good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for being here on the show this afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. I'm well, thank you. Welcome. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Joyce, sincerely speaking, it's really unfortunate that people come on radio, they claim to be very intelligent when they were young, blah, blah, blah. You see, these children, sincerely speaking, they know that they know. That is why they're insisting that since it's AI, they should remark. Because let me give you an example of my daughter. From her second GSS 1 to SS, she's doing work. She never got in less than B1. For this job, she got 177. Joyce, if you know what me and my wife went through, Joyce, my sister, we had to go to the school, call the school. Luckily for us, the school that the private university wants to go, the cutoff mark is 160. That was what got the tension. That's what I did not do. I started getting admission for her in Canada. I did just to calm her. You see this girl crying, Joyce, me and my wife were crying because we were afraid. If people don't know what to say sometimes, these children, this stuff, I know people that because of JAM, that's why my parents took me overseas to study. Because most of I didn't pass JAM, but I didn't bother. Because I didn't know. I didn't know. But when somebody is insisting that he or she knows something, crying, something you know that something is wrong somewhere. And we should not expect so much from our children. This is another problem. Because this girl knows that the parents know that she will make, she wants to study architecture. Luckily for us, the cutoff mark is 160. That is why you can see me talk. What I went through weekend, you cannot understand. You cannot understand just what I went here and my wife went to. We had to go to pet her. They called the whole teachers. Everybody was talking because she was the best mathematics student. She was the best. And now she said, and the peer pressure is that people that she's better than are having 2.5, 2.10. She couldn't stomach that. She couldn't.
Wow.
I need to thank God that the cutoff mark is 160 because it would have been disastrous. No amount of pleading, I don't know what would have happened. And this thing could have affected her WAEC. That is my fear. They should make this thing for life just like WAEC. Anytime you are ready to go to university, you go. This pressure is too much on parents. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. All right, final call, and then we can segue to our other conversation. Welcome to Nigeria Info. It's worthy of note. If you can hear me, hello, good afternoon to you.
Yeah.
Can you speak up for us? Tell me your name. I'll appreciate that. Then you go ahead.
My name is Bless.
Go ahead.
My name is Bless.
I'm sure I heard that. Please go ahead.
I said thank you for picking my call today.
Oh, well, you must forgive me for other days.
And quick, let me I have in my mouth.
I must apologize. The connection is rather poor. Sorry, please. I've lost you too. Okay, good. Final caller, and then it's a wrap. Hello, the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. Tell me your name.
Zapruchku is my name.
Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Zapruchku. Well, I think something is wrong. Because I'm surprised. Mass failure. Yeah, something is wrong. The Joint Admission Board should review their process and know where something is wrong. Because don't tell me that there are some students who have about 230 score last year, but they didn't come up to their score mark. They want to make it up, and they study harder. They want something like 270, 280 score mark. But now, mass failure. They should look their process. Maybe they have computer lapses. Then they should, call on students because most of them are depressed already. You can't tell me that we have brilliant students who perform well. If their computer system is not working, they should give them this. They start for the exam again and on question papers. Because most of these students are not. They don't have that impact. They don't have knowledge of computer system.
Yeah, if they start them again, they will rewrite the exam again, on their expense, jam expense, because parents, right, are passing a lot. They are battling a lot. They have to rewrite it on their own expense. Yeah, they should sit up and, whatever they are doing, they do it very well. Yeah, that's my take.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's go off on a very short break. We'll be right back. When we come back, the federal government leaves us with something to chew on. What you think about it is exactly what our conversation is going to be about. The federal government bans MDAs from importing goods Nigeria can produce. We must have been here before sometime in our recent past. Well, we are back here again.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
Welcome, everyone. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. My name's Joyce. We're holding to be worthy of note. This is indeed noteworthy in all the ways that it's troubling. The president has okayed a ban on the importation of foreign goods by ministries, departments, agencies on goods and services available in the country without a waiver from the Bureau of Public Procurement. This happened recently, in Monday specifically, at the presidential villa in Abuja through the Minister of Information and National Orientation. He says, and I quote, Nigeria First policy places our country at the center of public procurement and business activity with a strong focus on empowering local industries. It's designed to foster a new business culture that is bold, confident, and uniquely Nigerian. The new policy, dubbed the, quote, Renewed Hope Nigeria First policy, aims at strengthening the domestic economy, promoting local content, and reducing Nigeria's dependence on imports. I just want to repeat that again. I'm not even sure what it's worth in your hearing, but I'll repeat it nonetheless. The new policy, dubbed the, quote, Renewed Hope Nigeria First policy, you've heard that somewhere before? Good. End quote. Aims at strengthening the domestic economy, promoting local content, and reducing Nigeria's dependence on imports. The minister said that the new policy mirrored the U.S. America First policy. So in a sense, this policy is an imitation of a sort. Well, yeah, let's see if it works in your head. If it works in your head, it should work on paper. Or should work on the ground. If it doesn't work in your head, well, we're gathered here today to hold this particular development. Well, I think a very good place to look would be about a few weeks ago, we spoke on a report that the government imagined the possibility of the ban on solar panels to help, because it would help it would give room for local manufacturing to develop panels that I guess would be at par with what we bring from outside the country, and of course will support industries locally. Well, I guess this is a more broader approach to foreign goods. Now that the government is saying this is a ban on the importation of goods except you get clearance. Okay, and so they give an example, and I think, yeah, there is probably a point here. But let me further share with you some necessary information from this news article. All MDAs must review and resubmit their procurement plan in line with new policy. And breaches would attract disciplinary action and possible cancellation of future procurement processes. The minister cited Nigeria's continued importation of sugar, despite having a functioning sugar council, and several domestic producers as a prime example of inefficiency the policy seeks to eliminate. Welcome one, welcome all to 99.3 Nigeria Info. And then, of course, there was the popular, the ban on foreign rice, which came with all levels of theatrics and corruption, we must add. Let's talk 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and on WhatsApp 08095975805. And I guess maybe the more patriotic question to ask is, if we are going to build our local industries, indeed it's necessary to ban the importation of foreign goods, or is it? Let's talk.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Allah should make it back. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. We're talking. Hello.
Beautiful afternoon to you, Lady J.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you.
Emeka is my name from Satellite Town.
Well, welcome. Good to have you here.
Well, yes, on paper, so beautiful, laudable, and like you alluded, we've been here before. I think we have such a policy in place in this country. But the question is implementation. To what extent have we been able to implement it? And who will lead the charge in implementing it? Because when you make such policies in Nigeria first, or being able to patronize made in Nigerian goods ahead of their foreign counterparts, it's supposed to boost the local industry, or local manufacturers, help our local manufacturers, which sounds very good. But could the government lead the charge in this respect? Could they start, for instance, by jettisoning the purchase of foreign-made SUVs and patronize the likes of Innocent, Nord, and all other locally assembled vehicles? That would be a good place to start from. That's the way people would know that, yes, we have serious leadership. Because if you're not leading in the front, and you say, do as I say, not as I do, it's quite a different ballgame. We have this policy in place. As a matter of fact, when Obasanjo was in power, then at the point he had to jettison any other foreign vehicle, and he settled for, a Peugeot vehicle in this country, assembled here in Nigeria. So that's the kind of leadership we want, akin to the proposed ban on importation of solar panels. Yes, but let us do everything possible to fortify local manufacturing industries in the country. And then let the government and their aides and their functionaries, let them start by patronizing them. Even medical tourism, I believe, is something we can also work on. Let us make sure that our medical system is functional. Let us improve on it and patronize it here in this country, because we have qualified doctors. When our doctors travel, you meet them outside the country, you see how good they are. You see how very, very good they are.
Let me ask you, the way things are at this moment, because here you're advising the government on what to do for this to work. The way things are right now, today as you know it, can this policy work? Will it work?
Currently, as everything stands, no. So I wonder what's the moratorium? When do they want to start implementing this?
Well, here we are.
Is it immediately? So if there was a moratorium, so if they want to start implementing immediately, then they have to lead the charge. Let them lead in the front. And trust me, Nigerians will follow suit.
I appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. One more call, and then we have some information to share with you. The sunny side, you are listening to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
Quick one. Where are the industries? Where are the factories that will produce the made Nigerian goods that they are asking us to? Where are the industries? When I say these people, they don't know what they just pretend as if they know what they don't know what they're doing. Joyce, they throw all these things at Nigerians, and Nigerians will be happy. You hear people clapping for them. Where do we start from? You hear the Dawn. The Dawn just says something about medical tourism. I mean, a maker from satellite. Where do we start from? Is it the fuel own? I've been calling on them to give this 25 modular refinery that is the one in my local government. They refuse to give them crude just because of one man. Then you are telling me Medina. Where do we start from? Is it from the escalade they are riding? Where do we start from? One of them in Uncle Jimmy's program, Uncle Jimmy speak to them. Oh, customers are ready to buy their own whatever product. Not this set of people. Joyce, I'm telling you.
Okay.
If they deceive Nigerians, I will not be part of those. Where do we start from? Go to Queen's Drive. Go and see what they are thinking at Queen's Drive. All those things they Nigerian made.
Okay.
Come and tell me you Nigerian whatever. And now they put another this thing. They say there's a waiver. You want there must be a waiver, or you applied for one or two things. They don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Just buying time. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you for calling. I do appreciate 99.3 Nigeria Info. We have some information with you, for you, by the way, and then I guess we have to look at America First policy.
And if you're looking for the right path to study, live, or work abroad without losing your funds to unscrupulous travel agents, or you're just looking for funds to finance your overseas plans, if yes is the answer, then don't miss out on the exclusive opportunity that is the Premium Jackpot Summit with Ozododoba of Wazobia FM. Do not miss out on the opportunity to gain valuable insights, have access to travel loans, learn proven strategies, and get insider tips. Network with industry leaders as well as have one-on-one discussions with industry experts, travel experts who are seasoned, of course, and very much so taking the very next step in your journey to traveling. Now, Saturday, the 31st of May is the date. That will be 2025 at 12 noon prompt. You should be there. Make sure you are not late. The venue is the ITF building, 5th floor, Funshaw Williams Avenue, Ikponri, Costain, Lagos. The access fee is 20,000 naira per head. For seat reservations or further inquiries, you can call or contact 0802 383 1303. That is 0802 383 1303 or 002 377 0699. That is 002 377 0699. Hurry to secure your spot. Seats are pretty much filling up very, very fast. Now, this event is powered by Strong Voice Media and proudly supported by Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. Note, we are not in the business of giving away visas. Now, the Kids FM Festival is back. It's bigger and it is for sure better. Now, if you have a family or you have people who are hoping that you get a family, you can bring them over, for some family fun. There's going to be games, music, and so much more. If you missed out on it last year, because I'm sure a lot of you did, for whatever reason, then you should not be looking to miss out again this year. You see, it's happening on June the 1st, 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp. Do not miss out on the fun. Do not miss out on the vibe. Bring your friends, brothers and sisters, moms, dads, aunts, and uncles. Let us all turn up together. This is the Kids FM Festival, and let's make memories that will sparkle through the ages. Now, for you to register, you need to go to the website at www.kidsfm.ng. That is kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Remember, Sunday, June the 1st. Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Victoria Island, Lagos. The time is 12 p.m. Make sure you are not late. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is all about family fun. So come on, let us play, because it is the Kids FM Festival 2.0.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Okay, so we have to go right back to the telephone lines. I wanted to share some update out of the contest between the U.S. and China. Necessary update, given that Nigeria is choosing to imitate the policy pattern of the U.S. We need to find out what that update is and figure out what our update should be. But in the meantime, let's talk on Nigeria Info. We hold it to be worthy of note. Welcome. My name's Joyce. What's your name?
Hello, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Joyce, these people, they know what they are doing seriously. We in Nigeria, the citizens, we don't know what they are doing. That is why they are playing with us every time. See what they collect for themselves. They don't know what they are doing. They just bring this one for us to discuss. Maybe they go out. They know how everything works there. But whatever will benefit the Nigeria people, they don't want to do it. They know what they are doing. If all their children, they are not here, they too, they spend holiday. Every time they take off with our money. We in Nigeria, we don't know what they are doing. That is why they always do all these things they are doing. 100% they know what they are. They are very crafty, wicked. Thank you.
All right, we have 30 seconds away from a commercial break, so let's go there first. We'll come right back. Well, it did quite appear that in the last few days, U.S. and China agreed to reevaluate their rage and do business sensibly. That updates when we return. And then, of course, Trump just left Saudi Arabia. They're talking figures. So when Nigeria say they like American policy, what do we mean? We'll be right back. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
More talk, news, and sports after this. One of the biggest football fan festivals in Nigeria is back. It's Go Fest 2025. Now turn up the energy. Go Fest 2025 will also feature exhilarating games, food, and comedy. Come watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Go Fest 2025 will take place on the 31st of May 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.gofestnigeria.com. Go Fest 2025 is powered by and the Gang and Football Republic, sponsored by Squadron, proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Exciting games, music, dance, and fun for every family.
Join us for the second edition of the Kids FM Festival, happening June 1st, 2025 at Balmoral Convention Center, Lagos, 12 p.m. sharp.
Don't miss the fun! Don't miss the fun! Bring your brothers and sisters, your daddy and mommy, even your uncles and aunties to join this exciting moment. Even your friends aren't left out. It's the Kids FM Festival. Let's make memories that sparkle!
Register now at www.kidsfm.ng. Let the countdown begin. Proudly brought to you by Kids FM, where every kid's a star.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. The U.S. president is right now in Doha. We don't know what the figures will emerge or total to be by the end of the night, but so far, the Saudi Arabian government has committed to a deal, arms deal, to a total figure of $142 billion, even though the U.S. government was looking to at least, they were aiming for $1 trillion, but I guess that there was an initial commitment by the Saudi government to the U.S. of $600 billion. So the figures are still dwindling. If you check the U.S. website, if you check the White House website, rather, they say that the president announced Saudi Arabia's $600 billion commitment to invest in the USA. Okay. And then what I even think is directly applicable to our conversation this afternoon, given, oh, hold on, it's 2 p.m. Okay. Headlines on the other side of the hour. We'll continue.
Can I have your attention, please?
The news, information, and the right conversation are here on Nigeria Info.
How many this type of wicked attack has affected in the other part of this country? So that's what this is for ourselves.
I'm not supporting stealing, but these politicians need to be taught a lesson.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting. It's 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here are the headlines making the rounds at this time. Lagos plans to create industrial innovation zone to boost local production. Sanwo-Olu calls for broader tax nets to include MSMEs and wealthy Nigerians. 19-year-old Timileyin Okwesusi dies by suicide in Ikorodu over UTME score. JAM set to review 2025 UTME results after public outcry. Military confirms fresh terrorist attacks in the northeast as Air Force Chief says NAF is ready and alert to defend Nigeria. Federal government reaffirms commitment to nationwide flood control. CBN unveils diaspora BVN platform for Nigerians abroad. Senate calls for urgent action against insurgents in Borno, Yobe. Defections hit Senate as top lawmakers join APC. Presidency rotation bill fails at the House of Reps. Reps summon fire service chief over fatal Abuja crash. NIMET forecasts sunshine and thunderstorms starting Wednesday. ECOWAS court dismisses Ivorian's case over colleague's appointment. Israeli strikes kill 65 in Gaza today amid aid disputes. Gaza children suffer in silence as Israeli strikes continue. U.S. President Trump hails Gulf nations for peace efforts at GCC summit. Trump urges Syria to normalize ties with Israel after sanctions lift. GCC leaders highlight Gaza crisis, push for Palestinian state. U.S. President Trump meets Syrian interim president as Damascus celebrates sanctions relief. U.S. President Trump departs Riyadh after talks with Saudi officials. Iran slams Trump's accusation, says Tehran not to blame for regional instability. Celine Dion sends Eurovision message as Sweden advances, and Jose Mujica, Uruguay's poorest president, dies at 89. And that's all from our newsroom at this time. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaivo. Thank you for your time, Lagos.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
America the Great, self-absorbed and deeply overrun by the consumer pattern and psychology. Well, yeah, you could tell that Trump attempted to do something, I guess, futuristic, but given the way capitalism works, it's not even sustainable for America to truly cut off China just by virtue of how deeply consumerism has eaten into the blood of that country, or maybe I'd even say through the world at this point, because it's not just an American thing. Okay, so the last few days you must have heard it, but here is really what the gist reports. April 9th, U.S. increases it to 145% tariff on Chinese goods, and it took effect immediately. Okay, and China retaliated. They announced that they would impose a 84% tariff on U.S. goods starting April 10th. Okay, well, so they had to, pose with their egos and, of course, show the might of national sovereignty only to yesterday, 2 days ago. The U.S. lowered tariffs from 145 to 30% on Chinese goods, and China retaliated by its own reduction in tariffs on U.S. goods to 10% from 125%. So even the U.S. and China have renegotiated their deal so that trade and commerce can be fairly exchanged between two countries. And so here today we sit on Worthy of Note to describe, or at least attempt to compare, the mimicry between Nigeria and America, or Nigeria adopting the America First policy, where we place a ban on foreign goods if it can be manufactured locally. It does quite appear that we're better off at banning more than we are at producing. So we have a few minutes to talk about this one. I guess that there is a brighter side to it, the possibility that this can work. Except you think otherwise. Let's talk. The sunny side. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, Marco from First Staff.
Good to have you.
I don't think, my personal opinion again, I don't think Tinubu is serious about what he's doing. It's a knee-jerk reaction. One thing is certain, if he had wanted this and it was part of his plan, which it would have been from the beginning, he wouldn't have bought the Cadillac that he's using. He would have used a nursing or not. He would have encouraged National Assembly to buy local. He would have, even the shoe, even everything, he would have, even if you had the foreign shoes at home, but at least if he's coming to the office, he should wear these things. But he's not showing that example. So he just releases a piece of paper and make an announcement, and he goes back using whatever, and it's like, he's go back planning for his 2027 project. It's just a joke. You understand? You do something, people see it, and people follow your example. You see Trump, he comes in, he started implementing, he had challenges here and there. He's reviewing a plan as it should be. If you are implementing your plan and you are facing challenges, you review as you hit the realities. He has no plan. He hasn't implemented anything. He has no incentive package for entrepreneurs or for industrialists. He has no, for example, the shoe manufacturers in Aba, has he anything to encourage them? Like if you bring in leather and you actually belong to maybe a cooperative of shoemaker, that you pay less at the customs. There are things you do, package, you release it. It's wholesome to encourage people to produce Nigeria. He doesn't have it. So buy Nigeria, buy what?
I guess I'm going to say thank you so much for calling. The sunny side, welcome to Nigeria Info. So good to have you join the conversation. If you can hear me, that is. Hello. Remember, we're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Worthy of Note. This is indeed
Good
noteworthy.
afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
My name is Robert. Joyce, the thing is that, like Chris said, this government is, I don't know, maybe they are playing on the intelligence of all our Nigerians, I don't know. Like on the 20-something of May, when he said subsidy is gone, or was gone, something like that, he did not even think about the alternative. Okay, what will be the alternative if I say subsidy is gone, So he knows that nothing is being produced. If I thought something is being produced at a very minimal rate in Nigeria here as we speak, those days we used to have butter. Like somebody just mentioned, he showed something factory in Aba. Fine. How is the government trying to revive those shoemaking industry or factories so that we don't patronize foreign ones? Even they themselves, what they put on their leg, do they put on Aba? They should bring their shoe, let us see now. All the fabric they wear, are they local made fabrics? So these are all deceits to me.
Even where are the enabling environment to even produce anything here? Is it power? All this is based on power. Can we have stable electricity here? Eh? This is how the former government ban rice. No partition of rice. They have one the rice pyramid in I don't know. And they established one farm in Motawa. How much is the local rice now? What is the quantity? So before you make this kind of pronouncement, you make sure that the ones we have here can take care of us. Before you say, okay, I place a ban. That's how to run a system. You don't just make statement because you just want to make it more. You copy the way other people are doing it, and you know they have a stable system. Your system here is zigzag. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll hold it to be worthy of note. How are you?
Hello, guys. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Right, I'm doing a great job. Ben from Neighbor.
Okay.
So I say, it is this government that is destroying this country. And I don't understand them. They will be destroying the country and they will be saying a different thing altogether. I'm telling you the truth. Look at the type of vehicles they bought. SUVs, everything to all the lawmakers. Look at the other time they share dollars. In this country, they share dollars to lawmakers, say it is salam money. Why can't you transfer naira to them? Why are you sharing dollars? Are we a state in America? Is Nigeria part of America? What type of nonsense is that? Look at our president. If you have a headache, you go to France. If you have a very small pain in his body, you go to France. Why can't you build the biggest hospital in this country? Nigeria have money. If you can bring those doctors here, let them come here and treat him. Why are we deceiving ourselves? Check the food they are eating. Look at the escalate. Look at everything. Look at everything they are lavishing. Look at the ministers now. Wike and Omai, they went to UK to announce what they have achieved as ministers of Federal Republic of Nigeria. In UK, look at the other time Wike went to the lawmakers and they are holding meetings here. How many times have you seen UK government come to Nigeria? And the environment is not conducive. Look at the military. The terrorists are killing them. How can somebody come and establish an industry in Nigeria? They are saying that local content is a power. When the military that are supposed to protect us, they are dying. Then you are telling me to defend myself, to go to the forest and clear forest and start an industry there. And the military are crying. Their wives are crying now. Their children are crying now.
Thank you.
With all their AK-47. And you are telling me to go and start industry.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate. 99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side is so good to have you join the conversation.
Hello, Sister. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Shout out to Rafuchuku. Sister, God gave us everything.
You're going to tell me your name before you start. That's what you're going to do.
Sister, God.
Can you tell us your name, please?
Hello?
Can you tell us your name before you go ahead?
Ikechuku from Ota.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me, ma?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what I want to do is, for example, agricultural produce. How many silos is still working in Nigeria? Extortions from the farmers. Bad roads like Ojuore in Ota that is puncturing the tires. A 40-feet container coming from Apapa to Ota, 30 million. I have many manufacturers in my club. I know some of them don't have machine, some of them don't carry diabetes. Some of them are complaining because of high cost of clearance and the taxes. Sister, the first thing the government should ban is terrorism, that influence of terrorism inside Nigeria. How many cars did they buy for National Assembly from Nigerians? How are they helping other manufacturing? Last year, August, you brought a boy. It's a very news that the manufacturer stove with fuel and the kerosene. How far? Nigerians can manufacture planes with aluminium in Ajokuta and Abuja and the
Excuse me. Can we stay on course here? Do you think the policy will work? What is your thought on
that? It may not work because when they talk about it, they will make us fair. And that thing that happened, it will still come through Iduroko. It will still come through Batagre Bota. It will not work. Look at what America is doing to their citizens, and their citizens are now doing factory. They're opening factory for them, and they're doing trade war in Canada, Mexico, and China. But they will just put useless and oligarchistic and totalitarianistic and narcissistic policy that will never work.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for calling. What you have there?
Some information from drinksfest.ng. Yes, they want you to know that it is time to turn up. Drinks Fest Lagos is here to set your vibes on fire. 2 incredible days, May the 30th to May the 31st, 2025 at the Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. The Drinks Showcase is happening live. A celebration of drinks, Lagos culture, beautiful people, and good vibes waiting for you. Get ready for a Drinks Showcase like no other. Live entertainment, music, and festive vibes. Plus, you get to meet the masters behind your favorite sips. Now, what is a drinks showcase without the best in entertainment? That is why you need to get ready to be entertained by DJ Neptune, DJ K-Wise, Alternate Sounds, DJ Bone Marrow, DJ Beast, OKB circus characters, Tribe 1 performers, and it will be hosted by the energy god himself, Dio to the TUN, alongside Melody, not MIA. Now, don't miss out on Lagos's hottest event to kick off 2025. Grab your crew and get your tickets at tix.africa. That is at tix.africa. Drinks Fest is organized by Drinks Fest Lagos with and of course without a box. Go and get your tickets. Remember, tix.africa. That is tix.africa. Now follow at Drinks Fest Lagos on Instagram and X, that is, and of course on TikTok and Facebook it is Drinks Fest Lagos. That is Drinks Fest Lagos. For all exciting updates, that is what you need to do. Now remember to drink and enjoy responsibly. Make sure you're above the age of 18, of course.
99.3 Nigeria Info, the sunny side. If you have just tuned in, well, we're forced now to indeed compare Nigeria to America as far as policy implementation goes. So Nigeria is trying to mirror America First policy, and according to America, that policy aims to boost domestic industries, particularly manufacturing, by encouraging the return of production from overseas. This, of course, is something spearheaded by the President Trump, who right now is in Doha. So a little bit more about the policy. The policy is said to have been achieved through measures like tax cuts, deregulation, and the Buy America initiative, which of course we're imitating, with the goal of revitalizing key sectors such as electronics, pharmaceuticals, and automotive. Now, it's said that the efforts pretty much have seen some advancements, besides the fact that recently America and China hit a serious dispute when it came to tariffs, and that has, at least to some sensible degree, been resolved and agreed upon 2 days ago. So American tariffs on Chinese goods is 30%, and Chinese tariffs on American goods is 10%. So when Nigeria says that they're imitating the America First policy, what do you think we mean, and can it work? We'll hold it to be worthy of note. My name's Joyce, you're listening to Nigeria Info. Welcome, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon, welcome to the sunny side. What's your name?
This is Malik speaking,
Go ahead.
Joyce. Okay, Joyce, you see, the policy is never a bad one. But those that implement the policy for others to follow will never do it, Joyce. We have said this thing before. They said it was that the president has said this or the presidency has done that. We have said this from day one. If you want Nigeria to be better, the government should start using Nigerian products. Then SON should make sure the products are good. Choice, your kitchen cabinets today, your MDF and your HDF plywood you use it, most of them are not good. After 6 years, they are eaten by termite in your own house. After 6 years, with the rate and the amount that's in those wood now, you won't believe your eyes. That's so expensive. Then if you talk about cars, what are the standard of vehicles for Nigerians? SN has never come to say Nigerian cars, these are the standards for Nigeria, no. They've not done that. That is why a certain company, if you buy their car, that's a Nigerian product car, when you start having gear issue, you report to them, they won't answer you. I'm not saying your story, I'm telling you a fact. They won't answer. Even the way you sit in their vehicle, you could remember a certain company that produced a certain vehicle was having an accident on the road. Safety precaution of the cars is not there. So if the government doesn't want us to use it, and the SON should come and tell us this is a Nigerian standard of a Nigerian vehicle, and then it's all of this or that, then the government should lead by example. Not to buy an expensive vehicle and put on the road and tell us that we should go and ban around that you know that we can die easily in that vehicle. Good afternoon.
Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We have to read a few messages here. Hello, Joyce. The U.S. could go crazy because they had a market and an economy that cannot be ignored. Their policy came from a place of power and compromise. They provided incentive for manufacturers to come to the U.S. and the tariffs to deter importation. In Nigeria, the case. Every day, the manufacturers are complaining. Those that are tired of complaining have left already. What the federal government will successfully achieve is to send current importers into debt, and after 1 year of confusion, they will lift the ban and new importers will emerge, but prices will obviously skyrocket. We will see this, or we have seen this with Buhari. I don't think it will be different. So someone has a concern here regarding the possibility of hiking general pricing if there is indeed the implementation of this ban on foreign goods. Welcome to the show, Nigeria.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. What's your name?
Tunde calling back from it.
Thank you for calling, Tunde. Go ahead.
So your topic this afternoon says, no, Nigeria. I'm so disappointed on our state. Then they were saying that we should be using our Nigerian local manufacturing. I don't think they are ready. But there is a saboteur in our border. Look at what Buhari did before. He messed up with our economy. He said we should be using Nigerian standards. At the end of the day, there is a saboteur bringing the foreign rights to Nigeria. Every personal that right more than the Nigerian local. I will even not see the Nigerian local system concerning what is going on. Look at India. Ordinary India. You can't use any standard more than. Look at their vehicle. You can't use any standard apart from their standard. You can never go to ISA and buy any goods from ISA country apart from their locality. And Nigeria is patronizing Tata here. When I've been going around this day, I've been seeing all their vehicles. This is Tata, another product. It's like the way they will, our country will improve. Tell me, why are you blaming Donald Trump? He imposed us on China simply because he wants the economy to grow. It was not put his body on their citizens rather than our leader here put his body on our citizens. Look at the way we have been suffering. 75% of Nigeria they are poor. That's why including the tax budget. Donald Trump think about this country. He believes in imposing tax to China than the citizens. He don't want to put body on their citizens. So our leader here, they will put body on our citizens here. They don't value us. So you want us to patronize our local. What are the plans? What are the measures? What are the information you give us? Have you been using this before you inform to citizens? Thank you. That's my submission.
All right, sure. Let's read a message here. Ajiri from Badagry. I have a question. Does it mean Nigeria first? Does this Nigeria first mean the children of the politicians will also school in Nigeria first? Does it mean they will start using Nigerian hospitals as they did to rice to take it out of the people's table? So they want to do to other products to keep Nigerians super poor. They will fail. All right. Let me see. Let me quickly read another one, then go to the telephone lines. Good afternoon. As much as I remain a patriotic Nigerian, the government should not ban foreign goods until we have enough to sustain us. The government sincerely on the part of our government. Hold on. Until we have enough to sustain us and government sincerely on the part of our government. Thank you for writing me. Is it after they used 10 billion to install solar panel at the villa that they want to ban it? They are not serious at all. This is Godwin from Aja. 99.3 Nigeria Info. This on your side will hold it to be worthy of note. Nigeria first does have a ring to it, if I must say.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell me your name. Go ahead.
Please, I want to make comment on that.
What's your name? We'll have a minute together. Go ahead real quick.
Okay. On patronizing made in Nigerian goods. So I think my own submission there is this.
I think it is possible, not just on made in Nigeria. Even those Toyota cars, other foreign cars are coming, that they should mandate them that it should be producing in Nigeria. It's not that maybe importation and other things, they should just discourage importation. It's not that necessary that they must stop other countries from, but they should make sure that they are producing those things in Nigeria. They should make them practically physical in Nigeria, so that things can be better, not just made in Nigeria, made in Nigeria, made in Nigeria. They can also do it that way. To foreign investors.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling. I really do appreciate your commentary. Okay, Lagos, we're off on a break. We have 2B in about a few minutes. My hope is Desmond will be joining us. It's a few seconds away from the moment we have to bring to you the commercial break. And then on Nigeria Info's Worthy of Note, we intend to continue depending on what time affords us. Don't go anywhere. My name's Joyce.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. One of the biggest football fan festivals in Nigeria is back. It's Go Fest 2025. Come turn up the energy. Go Fest 2025 will also feature exhilarating games, food, and comedy. Come watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Go Fest 2025 will take place on the 31st of May 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.gofestnigeria.com. Go Fest 2025 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic, sponsored by Squadron, proudly refreshed by Pepsi. Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info Daily Winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. They say truth sets you free. But in a world where news spreads fast and popular narratives shape opinions, how do you separate truth from deception? Introducing Fact or Propaganda, the show that puts the biggest social, political, and media narratives under the microscope.
More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them hadn't been to school.
A lot of these young people are not employable.
Every week, we critically analyze narratives shaping our country, separating facts from clever manipulation. Who benefits from these narratives? What's real and what's just propaganda?
Unfortunately, paternity fraud is not a crime in Nigeria. Our laws are silent on this issue.
Join the conversation. Be part of the investigation. Tune in. Join Babatunde Abdusalam every Monday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And let's uncover the truth together. Fact or propaganda. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't just believe. Investigate. For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan and Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Okay, so Desmond is in the studio. All five. Desmond is like 5'5". Of him, yeah. You're not a lot, so like he's 5'5".
But Joyce, you're assessing the physical.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
I should be looking at something else, right?
Oh yeah.
Imagine my vision.
Uh-huh.
Poor vision. One more message, and I'm handing over to Desmond. Henry says the presidency should start thinking before they act, rather than acting before thinking. They have demonstrated this in the past, like fuel subsidy, floating of the naira, and so on. And these policies end up hurting the economy. I want to appreciate your commitment to radio this afternoon. Thank you so much. The sun has set. My work's done. Desmond is in the studio to take it up from here to 3 p.m. My name's Joyce. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless us. Until then, stay out of trouble with Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.